Waterfall number 5. That last one sure was nice. This is some very steep terrain to get to this one though. Really nice rock shelter here. The ice formations are a little more scattered. Some less water flow. I can see the shelter was full of needle ice. Some interesting formations on the far side. Walking through needle ice. Very interesting. You get very good traction on this. See what I mean? You just pushed up these pieces of moss and soil. If I were to take, let's see if I can break this piece off. The dirt sitting on top of it there. And a little piece of moss is just pushed up straight out of the ground. Close to this. See all the different patterns. You can see the water's run down off of this tree and falling over and then turned. And as the waterfall has been hitting, you have these newer and newer layers. You can see how it goes from the smooth, more jagged, not quite finished. Of course, some of this could be melting as well. Be part of the problem. But quite interesting. Well, I wish I had caught that on video. Talking about getting your heart racing. And well, you gotta watch. Oh, you gotta watch what's above you. About 50 feet up. These huge pieces of ice just came crashing down just now. About 10 feet away from me. It can be unnerving. Luckily there's nothing under where I'm standing. But you can see something like this will fall and hit you. I can't even move that with my hiking stick. Probably 100 pounds of ice. Bad situation. Up on waterfall number 6 here. Oh, this is cool. Look at that little half moon. The land there, that shelf. Tiny little streamer. Right off the top. Where's the needle ice features? These are muddy, so I'm not going to mess with them too much. But they're equally as large. So I wasn't going to mess with it. Here I am messing with it. Look at that. That's so cool. These little individual ice parts. This whole shelter is full of them. They've gotten so tall it looks like waves. It's just kind of cascading around and stuff. So you can see iron oxide seeping out of the walls. It seeps down off the icicles, forming little orange icicles in places. That's pretty neat. People like this little shelter. It's a good dry spot. If you have a narrow tent. Lots of evidence of old fires. Nothing recent. Waterfall number 7. Although it's just looks like it's coming out of a spring. Middle of the bluff right there. These icicles are quite nice. Unfortunately, no shelter to play in. Some pretty tall waterfalls in this area. Little intermittent waterfall. Just barely is a trickle. Sometimes the ice formations are better on these falls than the big ones. The water falls a little bit slower, gives it more opportunity to freeze. This tree root system's wildly exposed. That's really cool. Snake straight on through to the other side. Keep following it. Here it turns up and it's going into the cracks and the little seeps in the wall, spreading out this way. Still to do when you're out here versus having to wildly backtrack. Just find your way out of the canyon and then find yourself a landmark in the stream, so when you come back downstream you know where to turn. Normally I would not hike all the way back down to the creek after getting all the way to the bluff line, because you got to climb it right back up, but this blue pool was so intriguing, and this giant boulder. Ooh. Watch where you step. That I had to come down to see it, preferably without falling in it today. Something unusual going on up here, and we're gonna go check it out. This appears to be an old wooden bridge, but there's also a lot of fresh hemlock down beside it, so I want to go see this. This is quite truly an old wooden bridge built a long time ago. I have never come across one in Bankhead, not like this, not really miles. I mean, there's not a trail close by, so why here? Most of those planks are probably still good. And I can see it was a hemlock that's fallen from upstream. The stone, which is here, they just utilized this. Normally I'd say I would not cross this, but when's the next time I'm going to be here? And I have done way more risque things in my time. So you'll notice I'm walking where the beams are. I don't want to walk in the center of these boards. That could take my weight a little bit better. Just to say I'm walking across a wooden bridge in Bankhead. That is cool. We'll go down and check the underside of this out. Let's see where they've added additional wood here. And these trees you could have found out here fallen almost, but these planks you would have had to brought in from somewhere. That's very interesting. Now we're back down along the water. So that I haven't done much down in the creek bed itself. Look at all that rock. That's cool. People always think you manipulate the color of these videos with the color of this water, and this is it in real life. It's just absolutely stunning, but you only get this in the wintertime. The contrast of that blue-green against that moss green is something else. It's really nice, really peaceful.